Hello friends, how do you do today? I thought I would make a quick video out here. I'm down in down in California for the Grateful Dead show, or rather the Dead and Company show, and I took a little walk from the motel. We're down here by San Jose, by the Shoreline Amphitheater, about 3 or 4 miles away, and yeah, it was a beautiful show. I would say last night was the first show, and it was kind of rough because we had some incidents with somebody being sick, but it was still fun. And that's just what it's all about. It's just embracing this moment that we have for what it is. Not trying to wish that it could have been a different way, or saying, oh, if I would have done this, or wouldn't have done this, in retrospect, I should have done this. It's just a matter of just being. And, you know, I didn't get very much sleep the night before because we had an early plane to catch, so last night I was pretty beat up. But, you know, just when you're laying there and you're just not feeling very well, whether you got a stomachache, a headache, whatever it might be, just knowing that, well, I could feel crappy and be stuck at some concert I don't like. At least I'm listening to my favorite band of all time, right? So, I guess I just wanted to give a little push to everyone else, you know, to really it's a matter of not just accepting your fate or saying this is how it is, especially not dwelling on things and saying, oh, well, I get screwed all the time, but rather saying, sometimes things aren't the way that we want them to be, so we have to change our mindset instead of trying to change what is. And it's especially bad when people look in retrospect and think about things that we could have done, better ways we could have been, and it's all a learning lesson. But sometimes the lesson can't even be learned. For example, let's say a person drinks too much at a concert. I did that a couple times in years past. And don't make that mistake anymore. You know, you feel like crap. But let's say you get sick because you ate something. That's completely out of your control. So we look at the things that are in our circle of influence and things that are in our circle of control and out of our circle of control. I should say the sphere of influence and the sphere of concern. Because the concerns we can't do much about unless there's something that we know we can tackle as individuals. So I guess that's about it. I don't want to make a big long video here. I probably just add this into my vacation videos and try to make maybe a piece them together and make kind of a little journey video. But I like sharing my experiences because it helps me remember what's important, to share things with people, and the fact that others are interested in how others think, you know. I mean, being around people that share your values and share your interests, that's a great thing, but also being around people who don't share your interests so you can actually exchange ideas and learn what makes people tick, you know? Life is a beautiful thing. Last night I got into a conversation with a guy who was standing in line talking about, he was preaching Jesus in the line, waiting for the Dead show, and I said, well, he was talking about how this world's, you know, nothing, and it's all about the next world, and I said, but don't you think that this world is amazing? And we got to talking, and I wasn't poking at him for his beliefs or anything. I was really asking. And we ended up, he walked along with me and had a conversation for a while, and I was saying, you know, I was like, we were given these 5 senses, you know, and the world that we have now is what we do know. And he's like, well, I'm ready to let this behind and go to the other reality. And I'm like, but have you experienced any other realities? And he like thought about it, and I was like, this is all we know as humans. It's great if we go on to something greater, but I'm using that as a metaphor for moment to moment. If we waste this life thinking that the next one's going to be greater, then that's our own loss. If we waste this moment thinking that tomorrow might be better, we lost just as much. It's just on a smaller scale. It's all about just embracing what you have, being grateful. So I'm going to go now. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. I better get back to the place if he's wanting to go camping. I mean, go to the Shakedown early because, well, if you don't know what the Shakedown is, at Grateful Dead concerts, there's one of their songs is Shakedown Street. And every Grateful Dead concert, there's a place called Shakedown, and it's basically the main thoroughfare where everybody walks through, and you can buy and sell just about anything you can imagine. And the funny thing is that, you know, in a lot of places, especially in recent years, and the Dead play, they don't let anybody sell anything on the parking lots. They don't let anybody, you know, I don't know, just do their thing. It's like they don't want any sales taking place. Here at Shoreline, this is like the Grateful Dead amphitheater, if you will. I mean, it was like, it was their home base. So that's why we flew down and wanted to see it. Because I went to Shoreline once in '93 and I didn't get in because I couldn't get a ticket. So I stayed out in the lot and listened to Terrapin Station and just cried listening to it and having that emotional movement. And afterwards, I said, I'll be back one day. And here we are 25 years later. So anyhow, Shakedown Street, made the shakedown, and here at this place they allow people to sell their wares and stuff. So we walked in there last night and it was just overwhelming amount of food and beads and jewelry. Awesome stuff. I love going to places where the plants are all different. So you all have a fantastic day now. I'll be talking to you